Is this thing on? Yeah. Okay, welcome back to another video. Yes, the bugs are this bad. That's what happens when you live in Ontario, Canada in the summertime. It is starting to drizzle, but that's okay. I'm gonna set up this pop-up mesh tent, get in from the bugs and away from the rain, get in from the rain and away from the bugs, and then let's work on this camp kitchen video. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. That is how bad the bugs are here in Ontario, Canada. If you know, you already know. We're set up here in the pop-up mesh. This is our eating tent that we bring with us if we're car camping. Now, let me just start with this. I'm not saying that you have to get any of these items. You might want something different, something new. I'm just showing you what we have and how we've sort of combined one bin or the other and kind of what we use, whether we're car camping or if I go out for a canoe camp or a solo mission or something like that. So these are just suggestions. Maybe you'll find something you like to help you on your next camp adventure. First things first, you're going to need to get yourself a bin. Recently, Angela has condensed her camping bin, which was much bigger. We've sorted through and we've condensed it down to the essentials, everything that we need, but we're trying to get rid of stuff we don't need, okay? She has put together a bin like this. The nice thing with these clear bins is you can see what you've got and where it is when you're trying to dig down and grab your stuff, okay? So first things first, get yourself some type of tote or a bin to bring all of your gear. This is something that we do every single time that we're going out camping. We make a list. We have the camping items, tent, sleeping bag, air mattress, all of that. Then we have the items that we need in the cutlery, yeah, the camp kitchen bin, I guess. You can find these lists. So here's one that I just printed this morning just to show you. So this is just a generic camping checklist. This one, it has a full list including the tent and all that stuff. If you go online and you just search camp kitchen checklist, there's endless numbers of these types of lists that might help you. So if you can, dedicate one bin just to your camping stuff. That way you know that you have it every time you go out. I'm not going to talk about camp stoves in this video. I have done a video on different types of stoves. I think we have about 5 stoves between the two of us. I have done a video on that. I'll put that at the end of the video. There'll be a link on camp stoves. You can click on that and it'll bring you right to a video on camp stoves. The table's going to get full because we have a lot of gear between the two of us. Don't forget a tablecloth. That comes in super handy. I know it's part of the camp kitchen. Tablecloth, we just got a new one. I brought one out to show you. There's another one that we have and I forgot. She got a brand new one and threw it in the bin right away. That's how organized she is. Let's take a look at just some generic plates, bowls, and cups. Now, as you can see, these are all part of a set, okay? So, some plastic cups right here. Bowl, we use these ones quite often actually. This set comes with us all the time. One as well, a little bit deeper of a mixing bowl if we're making pancakes, so that comes in handy. So don't forget, plate, bowl, you've got your cups. I like my aluminum cup, this one here, just if I'm having coffee or a cold beverage, then it tends to keep the temperature a little bit better. One thing you want to get is maybe a tumbler of some kind, because this is definitely going to keep it hot or keep it cold. It's got a lid that snaps down, and a lot of areas that you go to, you may not be allowed to have open alcohol, so you have yourself a little tumbler, something like this. Do not need to go out and spend a ton of money. You can find, there's endless camp sets like this that you can find online where you get either a set of 2 or a set of 4 plates, bowls, cups, and cutlery for a really good price, okay? You don't have to spend a lot of money. We have collapsible bowls. So we're starting a collection of these collapsible bowls because it takes up less room, right? There you go. So that's a nice little, for cereal or for some soup or something like that. So you've got the collapsible bowl. This is another version, maybe a mixing bowl. That one's a little bit deeper. And then there you go. You can see how compact that is. Next, let's take a look at some of the cutlery. We used to bring just your traditional metal knife, fork, spoon set that we would just take some from the kitchen. We did get a 4-pack of sporks. So this is a combination spoon and fork. It's lightweight, and you've got your spoon and your fork combo, or just a regular. Always have an extra spoon for serving stuff. We like to have a couple of different knives. You can get some of the ones that are in a sheath like this, so that one, you're not going to cut yourself and you're not going to be cutting anything else. So for making food, we've got a couple of different knives that are in the sheath there. Knife, spoon, fork. Super handy. Cutting board. This one's small. We have another bigger one sometimes I think we bring. So get yourself a little cutting board. That comes in handy, so you don't have to cut stuff right on the wooden camp table or anything like that. Recently, if you would have seen in one of my videos, I ended up getting a set of spatula, spoon, and tongs. This 3-piece kit, I think it was $10 or $11 at Canadian Tire. Okay, so it's metal with the silicone tips, and these are going to be really handy for your cooking. I did recently invest in a long spoon, okay, especially if you're stirring down into one of the pre-made meal packets that you add water. You can see the difference there of the length of spoon. So that's really helpful for stirring. Okay, so one longer spoon. What else? We took one of our old sets of measuring spoons. We like to cook up some pretty nice meals when we're camping, and some of it we actually need to measure out some of the ingredients. So measuring spoons come in really handy. Something else you're going to want to add to your cutlery: straws. So we have the reusable. These are the aluminum at the bottom with the silicone top, and they're different colors so that we know who is using which one. So spoons. No, that's not spoons. Straws. Vital piece of equipment that a lot of people forget until it's time to open the bottle of wine is a wine bottle opener. Just a simple one. You can get this at like the Buck or Two store or whatever. There's nothing worse than going to open a wine bottle that has a cork and you don't have a wine bottle opener. Okay. Now, when it comes to the cooking, pans and pots, let's take a look. We'll get rid of this stuff and let's take a look at our pot and pan setup. Okay, pots and pans. Let's talk about that. We love to cook on cast iron. You can put it right on top of your fire pit. Once it gets warm, it has nice even heat. As long as your pans are cured properly, your cast iron cookware, they're gonna do you really well and they last, okay? We were traveling down through the States and we found this one in an outdoor shop. It's got a little fold out handle so we can store that. This is cast iron, and it's got a little spout right there so you can dump out the grease, okay? That's one. This one, much bigger. We use this one all the time. The two of these actually fit on our big double burner stove. One inside the other, stack that away. Of course, it's going to be heavier, but the cooking is going to be that much better. Don't get rid of your old pots and pans if you're going to start out camping. Use those in the beginning instead of going out and buying some new stuff. I have this pot right here. This one's made by MSR. I've had this for about 25 years, and it just happens to hold one of my mini camp stoves. I'm not getting into the camp stove stuff today, but just to show you, that's a good spot to store my camp stove inside of this pot. You need to bring yourselves some aluminum foil, okay? Absolutely, comes in handy. We do tons of cooking on the fire, so make sure you've got yourself some aluminum foil. Like I said, this is just a collection of stuff that we've gathered over the years. We don't bring all of this in these 2 bins when we go out. We decide what we're doing. We fill one bin is going to be full of all the camp kitchen stuff. The other one that I usually fill up with tarps and strings and cord and hammock and all those sort of accessories. The fuel, maybe the stove goes in here as well. Camp kitchen. Don't break your eggs, get yourself an egg container, okay? These things are dirt cheap. A couple of bucks, there you go. You can put a dozen eggs in there, keeps your eggs nice and safe. You seen that? For those beginner campers, you might not know. This is a toaster. Okay, there you go. So you stand your toast up on that, put it on the burner, and then you've got some toast. So a little collapsible toaster. Always comes in super handy. You fold it down. There you go. What else, guys? Oh, hey, here we go. Let's talk about this. It's fun to dirty the dishes and, you know, eat your steak and potatoes while you're camping. But you got to clean it up. Get yourself some Nature Safe soap. We always bring this. This is a collapsible little water tray. So this is where we do our dishes in. A little bit of boiling water, add some soap. This is where we wash them and then hang them out. We don't hang them to dry. Really handy. These are not expensive at all. You can find all of this stuff at you know, your local sports shop or even at Canadian Tire or whatever, right? So that always comes in handy. We always have soap and our bowl. This is just an aluminum little tray that you can get these when you're at the grocery store, and it'll have like a pre-made food type thing. We keep these. We have a bunch of these because it's nice for reheating or even putting it on the element to keep some food warm. So a couple of these little aluminum trays, they come in super handy. I'm actually going to put it back into her bin. So let's talk about coffee. Of course, you gotta have coffee first thing in the morning when you're sitting by the lake. Normally we bring fresh ground coffee, or I bring some coffee beans. I do like to bring, if we're car camping, my coffee grinder, my little portable coffee grinder, nice and fresh. You don't need one of those. I'm picky when it comes to my coffee. Now, how do we make the coffee? A couple of suggestions. There is the AeroPress. We've got this one here, little package with filters in there, and basically comes with some accessories, and it is a press. Filter goes on the bottom, just like that. Coffee goes in, press. There you go. Compact, portable little unit. That's one way. Little portable coffee press. This one, the brand is AeroPress. Works really well. So there's that. Also, we have a pour over drip mesh. This one I've used in a lot of my videos. Just clips onto the cup. There you go. There's a little pour over mesh for some drip coffee. Look at this cute little kettle. Look at this bad boy. So, cute little kettle for her, for when she wants to boil up some water or to steep some tea. This one is made by GSI. So, there's a nice little camp kettle. We've made coffee. We've already done the dishes. Oh, where did she, I can't remember where she found this one. Here's another one. Tiny little, that's your classic little, but this one's plastic, which is good, so it's not gonna break. We're trying to get away from any glass items, especially with the dogs now. There you go. There's another little mini coffee press. Here's something to keep in mind you might need, okay? A lighter. Your stove, the igniter might stop working. Bring yourself one that's long enough you can get in to light, so don't forget a lighter. There it is, at the very bottom. Now we got a full-size cutting board. So that sits at the very bottom of the bin. A couple other accessories that we got. Look at this. Extendable marshmallow roaster. You can whittle a stick, or you got that to do your marshmallows or hot dogs. There we go. That's another little accessory. Now I'm just telling you random stuff that we have. But I think for the most part, we're good to go. If I forgot something, let me know. Or if you have a suggestion of what we can add to ours. Oh, hang on a second. I didn't talk about, you need to have yourself some stuff for doing the dishes. I was talking about the little foldable, collapsible dish pan. So don't forget some tea towels. We've got a big one for drying. So then we'll wash them, put them on that to dry. Oh, hang on. I'm not going to get into it too much, but don't forget all of your spices, salt, pepper, and stuff like that. She told me not to forget to mention this. Garbage bags. Bring some garbage bags. Super handy. Then you're not tossing garbage at the campground. Okay? Garbage bags. I'm going to say that's it. I'm probably forgetting something. Oh yeah, it's sitting right in front of our face. Don't forget a water jug. Okay? You need to have a water jug. All sorts of sizes and shapes. They got the big square ones as well. And then we usually have a bunch of the small ones, little personal size water bottles. That's 1 liter. And then of course a big jug. Just keep in mind, if you're going Crownland camping and you don't have access to water, bring a water filter, or make sure you bring sufficient water for each one of you. All right. This one is made by GSI. You've seen a bunch of my gear is made by GSI. Same thing with this little teapot. So this one is actually called the Camp Kitchen. Okay, it comes in this really nice sturdy case. They make a few different varieties of this. Okay, this is basically going to be your all-in-one kit. We've only used it one time, so there is an option for you as well. Something like this. 4 spoons, forks, knives. It does have a cheese grater, which does come in handy. 2 knives with a sheath. And I'm gonna tell you, this is one of the sharpest knives that I've ever used. So be careful, but really impressed with the quality of this set, and especially these knives. I'm gonna be careful putting this back. It comes in this nice carrying case. Everything is held together. There is 2 little mini cutting boards. Look, it's got instructions. 2 mini cutting boards at the back. It does come with a scrub brush and a little cloth, salt and pepper shaker, and then you've got a fold-out spatula and a ladle. So this is a more or less an all-in-one kit for what you'd need, other than a plate, a bowl, and a cup of some kind, and you're good to go. Like I said, they make a variety of these different ones. That's it. I think we have enough gear to go camping. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next adventure. Don't forget paper towels.